So you got your brand new LG V30 and you don't know exactly where to get started at. So today in this video I'm going to show you the exact steps that I took to get started. These are my top 5 favorite features of the LG V30. What's up guys, and welcome back to today's video. This is Joe from Petty Fixes, and today I'm going to be doing another part of the phone review that I've been meaning to get into for the last couple days. Now, I've had this phone for exactly a week now, and I'm loving everything about it. And a lot of people are curious about how everything works on the phone and some of the greatest features on the phone. So that's what I'm going to bring to you all today. This is my top 5 favorite features of the LG V30. Number 1 on my list. My number 1 favorite feature on the list has to be the floating bar. LG's done away with the second screen, and they've gotten a software route. They went a software route with it, and they introduced a floating bar. So it's still the same thing as the second screen, but instead of there being like a separate bar up above the screen, you know, a separate little screen with the shortcuts and everything, LG's went and done the software route and installed it in the software. So let me show you how to enable that real quick. First, you go into the settings. Then you go and you look for the floating bar, which is right there. Tap on it, and I have mine disabled for this purpose of this video. I'm going to show you exactly what I did to turn it on and everything. So you turn it on, and once you turn it on, you have your options. You have your different shortcuts. You have the screen capture mode. You got the music player. You got quick contacts. Now, there's a bunch of other things you can add in here, but this is just a general thing. You can click on some of this, like the shortcuts, and you can add different apps. So like you'll have different apps that you can add. These are my favorite things. This is what I always use the most. Definitely need that alarm clock because I'm always late to work. But that's besides the point. These are different shortcuts and stuff that you can add. You can add pretty much any app that you want to add. You can actually access it from the shortcut menu right there in the floating bar. Going back out, you go to quick contacts, and you can add contacts. These are my contacts. I'm not going to let you see them all, but you can add contacts of any kind, emails or anything like that too. So going back out to the home screen, you can see that there's no floating bar, but there is a little tab right there. You click that little tab, and then your floating bar pops out. You can cycle through. You got your contacts, your music. You got your quick shortcuts for different features that LG's implemented themselves. Then it circles back around to your app, so you can just click on one. For example, say ESPN. Click on ESPN. I don't know why it says I don't have internet connection. Well, airplane mode, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. But you can click on the app and boom, it's there. So that's my number 1 favorite feature about the LG V30. Number 2 favorite feature of the LG V30 has to be the lock screen. Now, there's something about an always on display that I've always loved, and I've actually to this day never had one with an AMOLED screen. Kind of funny because I've had a lot of phones, but they've all had LCDs, and I've been a big LG guy as of late the last couple of years. But this screen is an AMOLED screen. And since it's an AMOLED screen, it offers true blacks, meaning that an always-on display on your lock screen is not going to drain that much battery because it's going to be all black and maybe show just some white text or maybe some color here and there. So let's go ahead and show you the different options of the always-on screen that LG has implemented in their phone. So you just go to the settings, look for display. It's not going to be on the lock screen, it's actually going to be up on the display. So you click on display, you scroll down, and you find the always-on display, which is right there. You click on it. And as you can see, here's the menu that pops up. And there's a lot of stuff that's going to show up initially. You know, you're going to be confused. And there's like a nighttime mode. You can set it for a brighter image or a dimmer image at nighttime. A brighter display is pretty much the same thing. But what you see here is you click on the button and there's 9 different lock screen options. 9. That's a lot of options for a lock screen. You know, most people don't consider the lock screen that important. But for me, I do, because I can take my phone out of my pocket and just look at a glance and see if I got messages or missed calls or anything like that. So, you know, they have 9 different sections. Me personally, I like this one, the one at the end right here. And it's the most flexible, most versatile, because what you can actually do is you can go through and set an image of your choosing on the lock screen itself. Me, I have my logo for my channel, and you got different filters and stuff that you can use on it. So like you can change the filter, you can see it change colors a little bit right there, but you can change the filter and stuff like that, or you can use a predetermined image. You know, LG has a ton of them in here. So, you know, if you got a certain mood, you know, smiley face, happy, sad, whatever, You know, if you're hungry, you know, you're feeling like a penguin or whatever, you know, anything like that. You know, you can set that as your lock screen. So for me, like I said, I just chose my logo for my channel. You can actually adjust the vignette around it. I didn't want to do too much. If you take it all the way down, it just turns into a square. But I wanted to give it a rounded edge appearance, so I set it to about right there. And I just click save. And I go back home and double tap the screen. There's still the knockoff ability. And as you can see, there's my logo. You know, the time, the date and the month, battery percentage up top. It's real simple, it's real minimalistic, and that's my second favorite thing that I like about the LG V30. Moving on to number 3. The third thing that I like the most about this whole entire phone is pretty much the display. This is one of the first phones I've seen from LG, if not the first phone that I've seen from LG that has an AMOLED display. This is actually a P-OLED display. It's a plastic OLED display. It's pretty much the same screen that you find in the Google Pixel 2 phones, and LG decided to implement their first OLED display, even though they make them, you know, they haven't put them in their phones, but implement the first plastic OLED screen into their phone. The screen is extremely vivid, very, very vivid. Now, I know people are going to draw comparisons to the Galaxy Note 8 and the Galaxy S phones, and this phone pretty much lives up to its hype as far as the screen quality goes. It's very, very sharp. It's not a pin tile display. It's very crisp. The colors are pretty vibrant and bright, and they pop, especially like colors like green, red, and stuff like that. But going into the display options again, you can scroll down and go into the display. There's actually like app scaling, display size, you got the resolution and stuff like that. You got comfort view also. It actually takes away some of the blue. You can actually adjust the the temperature and stuff like that of the device. So as you can see right there, blue light supposedly hurts your eyes when you're reading. This actually takes away a lot of the blue and allows you to have more comfortable reading at nighttime. So that's one thing. As you can see, the color went right back to like a whitish blue color. If you go back out, you go to screen color, you can actually choose different modes. You got best for movie, you got normal, best for movie. Click on that, you can see the color kind of changed a little bit. Best for photos, the color changed a little bit. Best for web, not really much of a change in color there. Or you got custom. With the custom, you can click on this menu. You can go through making color temperature warmer, or you can make it cooler. Me, I like to sit right in the middle, kind of sort of towards the cooler side personally. And then you have your different reds, your greens, and your blues that you can change the different hues of and everything too. Then you got enhanced video color. What this does pretty much is it enhances the videos and shows a brighter color when you're playing videos. This, I found it actually works in all the apps that I play video in, including YouTube. So it's actually pretty cool. Going back out, yes, you do have the screen brightness and everything always on display. Your home touch buttons, that's pretty self-explanatory. There's nothing really much else to say about the color of the display, but it's a very sharp display. And that's the third thing that I like about the LG V30. Okay, so now let's jump into the fourth thing that I like about the LG V30. It has to be the audio quality. This is one of my favorite features easily from the LG V30. Now, I listen to a lot of music, and I definitely care about my audio quality when I'm listening to music. And just playing music from like a Galaxy S8 or Note 8, or even the previous LG, you know, the G5 or the G6, it just doesn't have the audio punch that I'm looking for, and the quality that I'm looking for, and the clarity that I'm looking for when it comes to audio. Now, the LG V30 comes equipped with a quad DAC. It's one of their biggest advertising features. And this LG V30 I have right here from Sprint, the LG V30 Plus, is no exception. It has a plus moniker at the end, but that only denotes the 128 gigabyte feature that's built into the phone. But it does have all the hi-fi audio qualities and everything that the regular LG V30 has. So jumping into that, we'll go ahead and show you exactly what I mean by hi-fi audio, because this thing has a lot of options when it comes down to it for hi-fi audio. So opening up the music player, I'm going to the apps, go to Essentials, and LG actually puts a lot of their apps into folders for you. I don't like that, but it is what it is. Opening up the music. Now, I found that the hi-fi audio actually just works with this music player. It doesn't work, I mean, you're going to get the amplified sound, you know, from like Pandora or something like that, but quality-wise, clarity-wise, it's not going to come through like it would with, say, the music player right here. So just clicking on the song. Let me see, I don't want to get hit with like no copyright stuff. So let's just find something that nobody listens to, pretty much. Let me see. Let's go to some Bone Thugs and Harmony. I like my hip hop, so anybody who knows me knows that I like hip hop, knows I like my good rap music. So this is the song as it's playing, and turning it up, you're gonna get the warning, and then you can turn it up as much as you want to. As you can see, it goes up to 75. It gets pretty loud for the most part, I'm not gonna lie to you, but considering the fact that this does have hi-fi audio, if you click the hi-fi audio button, you'll see that there's different filters and different presets and stuff. So clicking on this one, I like my bass. You can click on stuff, and I don't know if you can hear that, but it's pretty loud. You got normal, you got enhanced, detailed. Detail is pretty cool because it actually drops the bass a tad bit and it enhances the highs and the mids. You got live, and then you got bass. I like my bass, so I always keep it on the bass. Click OK, and boom, there you go. Then you can adjust the frequency response and the volume of each ear independently. Actually, it's pretty crazy because like there's no other phone out there that actually has this, like none at all. You know, not a single one. And for me, when it comes down to it, the audio from the V30 is arguably the best I've ever seen on a phone. Watch the reviews; they're gonna tell you the exact same thing. And that's pretty much it when it comes to audio quality. That's number 4 of what I like about the LG V30. Okay, number 5. Number 5. This is the big one. This is what the LG V30 is known for when it comes down to it. I didn't buy this phone based off the way it looked, or the Snapdragon 835, or the 4 gigs of RAM, or the 128 gigabytes of memory, you know, that's built into the phone. I didn't buy it for none of that. I bought this phone for the camera. This phone has the best camera I've ever used on a phone when it comes to versatility and modes. There's so much stuff that this phone can do, and I've seen videos and reviews of this phone where people had took the camera out, took the phone out, used the camera to record feature-length videos that you cannot distinguish from a $2,000 camera. It's really that good. So opening up the camera app, I'll show you exactly what it looks like. So this is the camera app when you first turn it on. Now just ignore all the regular stuff because I'm not going to be taking any pictures, but I am going to be showing you some of the features that are built into this phone. So if you click on the mode, with the mode, you know, there's going to be tons of different stuff. This right now currently is default to auto, but you have auto, send a video, food. What food does is pretty much enhances the vibrancy of your color in your food. Everybody takes pictures of the food to put on Instagram, so that's that. You have snap movie. It's like you take like little clips of movies and then makes it out for you. Pop out. It's kind of a weird mode. It's okay, but it's kind of like a more creative thing. You have manual photo. Then you have match shot, guide shot, time lapse, 360 panorama, self-explanatory, manual video, which is pretty cool, snapshot, grid shot, slow-mo, and panorama. Now, I'm not going to go into extreme detail of this because I'm actually doing a camera review as we speak, but I wanted to show you all some of the different modes and stuff and how they work. But like I said, I'm not going to do that until I get into the actual camera review itself. But going into the settings, you can see that the photo size is 16 megapixel. When you get there's all the different options and stuff that you have. It even has a 21:9 mode. I have found it on here, but I can't find it. I don't know where it went at. But you have 4:3 mode. You have 4:3, 16:9, 12 megapixel, 16:9, 6 megapixel. You have 18:9, which is the resolution of the screen itself. 11 megapixel. Then you have the 3.3 megapixel in that. And then you have the 1:1, the 12, and then you have the 3.4 megapixel. If you switch over to the wide angle lens, these settings start to differ. The resolution changes because the wide angle is a 13 megapixel camera. Then you have the video resolution. You have Ultra HD, which is 4K, 16:9. Then you have 2160. You have 18:9, 2160 by 1080p. You have Full HD at 60 frames a second. Then you have Full HD at just a regular 30 frames a second. Then you have HD. Then you have which is 720p. Then you got 720p again. If you go back to the regular, whoops, yeah, this. Go back to the regular lens and go back and you choose the video resolution. What you see is you have more options, and you have a 60 frames a second, 60 frames a second, and then, you know, the typical stuff. But then you go back, click on the settings, there we go. You can scroll down, you know, it shows you where you save your recent photos and stuff. HDR, you have auto on and off. Timers, you have 3 seconds and 10 seconds for the timers. You can say cheese to take a picture. You got track and focus, I'm sorry. And then you have you know, a warning for your covered lens. You can tag your locations and stuff like that. You can add a signature if you want to, and then you have your storage options where you want it to be stored at. Then you have the different color filters and stuff like that. So there's only 9 of them, but it definitely helps bring a little vibrance into your photos, and gives your photos a little bit more scene and more emotion when you're taking photos and video. Let's see, what else can we talk about in the camera mode. So like going into the manual mode for video, you know, you got all your options and stuff down there, you know, and if you click on settings for this, you have your frame rate and everything. So it has different frame rates. You have the 1 frame per second, useless, 2, useless. Then you have 24 and you have 30. This is at, if I'm not mistaken, it's at 4K. You can record in 4K at that resolution. So that's actually pretty cool. Then here's the 21:9 aspect ratio. This is for ultra wide monitors. Now, me myself personally, I would want to record at that because I do use an ultra wide monitor when I'm gaming and, you know, recording video and stuff like that and editing. So me, I would use that, but it's only at 720p. So it's not like it's, oh, well, here's another one. You got that's the resolution that I have. I didn't even see this one. I'll probably just use that and record at that resolution from now on. Didn't realize that. So this phone actually supports ultra wide monitor resolutions. So that's actually pretty cool. The bit rate, I always keep mine high because the higher it is, the more detail you get in your shot. You have Wi-Fi audio recording also. You can actually plug in a different external mic and stuff like that for this phone, and actually use that external mic to record hi-fi audio. Timer, you got steady recording. I always keep that on, and definitely helps out with anti-shakes and stuff like that. Cover lens, track and focus. You know, then you got save as LG Cinelog, so you can go in and actually edit the video in greater flexibility in post-production using that method. So these are just some of the things that you can do with the LG V30's camera, and that's pretty much it, guys. That's my top 5 things that I like about the LG V30. Now, if you guys like what I'm doing on my channel, go ahead, drop me a like, comment on this video if you guys have any questions about any of the 5 things I talked about today. And if you guys want to, you can check out my Instagram, you can check out my Facebook and my Twitter. I'm always posting on there for exclusive stuff that I've got going on and stuff on the channel. So I actually got something pretty weird coming up too. I had a company reach out to me, and this is going to be a different thing for me, and it's actually got me thinking about sponsoring off into a different, or spinning off into a different channel, which I'll be starting up pretty soon. So go ahead, keep it locked for that one, y'all. So with that said, this is Joe from Petty Fixes. Drop me a like, subscribe to my channel, share this video because a lot of people are looking for stuff like this. I'm out.